because of imperialism from Western Europe. The Europeans were really crafty in that when they divided up the Middle East, they literally sat down. The world power sat down. They drew little squiggles on a line on the map. Are like, okay, this is here, blah, 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 and that was it. They didn't give a shit what minorities were there. They didn't give a shit that the Shiites and the Sunnis and the Kurds. Well, the Shiites and the Sunnis hate each other, and the Kurds are hated by everybody for whatever reason, even though they're the ones that are literally the most like us Westerners, and that's why they're hated. They just drew lines and they said, "Duke, get the fuck out," and they got out. And we see the Middle East there. We, as the United States, made the mistake of doing the same thing after the Iraq War. We kind of just divided it up, made sure that the majority was in power, and the problem was that we didn't influence them enough. We kind of put them in power, and the very same things that Saddam was doing when he was in power, they started doing. So they started killing people, they started silencing dissenters, and it basically went back to what everything we didn't want there. And we let it happen. That is the dirt truth about Iraq. We just went in, gave up, and left. And now we're facing the consequences of it. That being said, we could fix the Middle East, but what we need is to, as a country, sit down and say, okay, we caused a big-ass mess. It doesn't matter if we lose a lot of American soldiers. We need to sit down and take responsibility
now exiting
for
the safe area.
We invaded a country we didn't have to invade. No, we weren't. We were there just to fuck shit up.
What would you guys want to say to people?
Agent, the cleaners keep starting fires and we don't have the resources to put them out. If we don't shut down their napalm production, we're one stiff breeze away from the entire borough going up.
Thing is, they got their main production facility in the middle of their HQ, which is where you're going.
Find it, close it down, and make sure they can't rebuild.
Yeah,
which means taking out boss man Joe Farrow. If he walks, he'll just start.
I have a question for all of you. What would you say if you sat down with a person that has said that America is no longer the best country in the world?
We've all seen the damage they can do.
Turner, Burnett, I need you and your people to get out there and guard the perimeter. I got a bad feeling.
But yeah,
I would say that question is a trick question. Is America the greatest country in the world? Yes or no. It depends what you think great is. America is still the country that innovates the most on the planet. China is a close second because they copy the shit out of us, but we are still the most innovative country in the world. We are still the most politically powerful country in the world because if we say something, the majority of the rest of the world is going to do what we say. We do have the best military, which means that we have the military to back up our words. If we say we're going to do something and someone tries to, not listen to us, we can take them out. We've proven it. We are not the strongest. We are not the strongest economically anymore because of the 2008 collapse, but we are one of the fastest-growing Western countries in the world.
Another agent has joined your team.
So you're saying? So
yes.
I'm just telling you this right now. Our forefathers.
Dispatch look okay? They're not bad. We would have liked it better if it hadn't almost come down on our heads.
They're basically trying to wipe the... Alright, listen. Yeah, our forefathers would be... Our forefathers would be looking down, or probably looking down at us. I'm sorry if you guys don't believe in God or anything, but looking down at us from heaven and going, what the hell happened to all that stuff we worked for?
See, I do
because our forefathers, some of this stuff, like Obama, every day, although you're probably going to say I'm stupid with this comment, but Obama, the Democrats, even the Republicans, it doesn't matter who it is, every time, like, you look at Bush, he was a Republican. There were some things that he was trying to do that basically took the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, and he used it as toilet paper.
Thing that I see when it comes to the change in politics, the Patriot Act and acts like that. I come from a very, I know a lot of people in the military, a couple of people are in the intelligence community, that have gone overseas and basically have a grasp of the bigger picture. Because there is a really big picture. You know, that's what I would say. There's a really drastic difference in the views of people who don't travel, who are not, really keeping up with global events.
Warning. An agent on your team requires aid immediately.
There is a global power struggle going on. There are parties involved. We are one of them. And I understand when I see something like the Patriot Act and I see the government trying to do certain things, limit certain things, I completely understand it. And in some ways I agree with it, in some ways I don't. Because there are things that we're better off not knowing. There are some things that we're better off knowing, but more in gradual senses. We have proven that if we're given too much information at the same time, we misunderstand it, and then we cause a ruckus. The government kind of has to keep up in line with
Keep them away from the tank. You hear me? You can't let them get to the tank.
But the problem with our Constitution is that it's so old. The forefathers, as great as they were, could have never dreamed of the internet. They could have never dreamed that if I was a terrorist, I could start a Twitter and spread terrorism globally in less than 20 minutes. Or that... I do agree with that, yes.
By definition, basically, alright, if they're a terrorist that has done something like ISIS, I really don't care what should happen. Is every single one of the people from ISIS or ISIL, whatever the hell you want to call it, all of them should be hung and put in where their country is, should be hung and put on display to show that we won't take this crap.
Warning. Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
Obama wants us to basically be, oh listen, we got this. He wants us to learn about that. There are articles that are proven, alright? Terrorists from ISIS, or ISIL, like I said, whatever the hell you want to call it. They come over here, operatives, raped little kids and then killed them. They said that America's blood tastes the sweetest. Here's the thing with that. Yeah, that, as an American, that makes me angry. But also, I am a Christian, so basically ISIS's beliefs don't align with mine. That has absolutely nothing to do with that. Well, see, with Muslims, everybody says that, oh, ISIS is a Muslim. That makes them bad. Muslims, all these people that claim to be Muslims and all that stuff, and we blame as Muslim religion, Muslims, true Muslims, would never do the things that Al-Qaeda did. That they were apparently I was just saying that all the crap with Muslims being all these rude people. ISIS is not a Muslim. The people of ISIS aren't Muslims, because if they were, they'd be looking at what they're doing, and they would say,
explosive chemical signature detected. Source identified.
They believe, they say, oh, Allah is going to bless us. Right? Muslims, if they see somebody that's injured, according to their religion, they have, from Allah, they have to help them. Because it helps them get to the better place.
Alert. Explosives armed.
I'm not
ready for detonation.
I'm not arguing with anybody about it. I'm just saying, there are some things that people say, oh, look at this. Catholics, right? I'm a Christian.
Now you all know what we're doing here,
if you look
and
at
how important it is.
I am a Baptist.
You all know what's
That's
going
what
to
I
happen if
believe.
we don't burn this thing out.
Christians
These people count on us. Our families,
are
our
altogether
friends,
like
the whole damn
Catholic,
world.
Muslim, Baptist.
So that's why we got to hold the line against
Jehovah's
anyone.
Witnesses
And I don't care if
are
they say
just
it's from
an
the
excuse for
government.
people
You
wanting
know
religion.
about it.
They want to do
We stop them
all
here.
this stuff.
We can
Alright?
still save the city.
Jehovah's
We can still
Witnesses,
save the world.
they're not of religion.
We let them through.
They're
That everything we
religion
got is for
wannabe.
nothing. And we ain't gonna let that happen.
I'm sorry if I'm pissing people off, or if I just got muted, but I can hear you talking. But I don't know how we got on the politics, to tell you the truth.
I enjoy politics greatly.
It went from politics
religion
to
is
religion,
politics.
from whatever we were talking about before to religion, to politics, then to religion. It makes no damn sense.
That being said, in closing, I think the best thing that we should do for the next couple of years in this country is take the Constitution and do what the Europeans did, modernize it. That way you can have everything, if you take the original one as a framework and then you modernize it. That way things like emails and stuff can actually be protected in the Constitution, instead of how we have it now, so that it's not argumentative. The country needs to decide what it is that needs to be protected and what it is that doesn't need to be protected. And then we need to be very specific about it instead of vague or positive. So once we do that, we'll be just as well off as the Europeans. We wouldn't have anybody saying, well, this is protected, that is exactly what's protected and what isn't for a modern because after that. But the only way we're all going to get over this issue of privacy and stuff by doing that.
Did you know that technically the Emancipation Proclamation, did you understand that that is technically the Declaration of Independence?
The Emancipation Proclamation.
It was after the Civil War where states of the South had to sign it saying that they could never leave. One state, or as it's called, a state, never signed it was Texas. Texas never signed the Emancipation Proclamation.
Warning. An agent on your team requires aid immediately.
So, and if you read in the Declaration of Independence, which I'm sure you can do on the internet, it technically says it is the right of the people and the duty of the people to overthrow corrupted government. To sum it up. Anyways, in ending, I gotta go to bed. You can say whatever you want to say about what I just said, so I can hear it, and then I gotta go.
So you know, we can see the explosion from here. Now, there's probably more napalm tanks in the building. Take care of them first, then see what you can do about Barrow.
Well, I'll talk to y'all later. You too.